Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. State Supreme Court affirms Speedway can hold country music festival. The state Supreme Court has affirmed that the New Hampshire Motor Speedway can hold a planned country music festival on its grounds, rejecting concerns about potential noise raised by people who live near the track. The neighbors cited a 1989 agreement that prohibits the Loudon track from hosting concerts that aren't tied to racing events. But a judge in 2017 found that property bought after 1989 and zoned for concerts and outdoor events isn't part of the agreement. The Supreme Court affirmed that ruling on February 21st, and the decision was released on Monday. Loudon officials granted permission for the 3-day concert to be held later this year. The plans were approved after the Speedway learned it was losing the September top tier NASCAR race to Las Vegas. St. Paul's School graduate arrested in Virginia, charged with sexual assault in New Hampshire. Man had access to children on campus in 1970s, police say. A graduate of St. Paul's School in Concord has been arrested in Virginia as he faces sexual assault charges in New Hampshire. Benjamin Baker, 63, was arrested Monday on a fugitive from justice charge. Concord police said he is charged in New Hampshire with aggravated felonious sexual assault and other charges dating back to the 1970s. Police said they began investigating Baker in June 2017 after St. Paul's School officials came forward with concerns. The officials said they had learned about allegations of sexual assault on campus in the 1970s, police said. Police said Baker had access to children on the campus, and he is accused of engaging in forced and concerted sexual activity with those children. A complaint was brought forward to the school in June 2017 and was reported immediately to the Concord Police Department. St. Paul's School officials said in a written statement that investigation culminated in an arrest. St. Paul's School will continue to assist law enforcement with their prospection. Baker is scheduled to be arraigned Tuesday in Virginia, and it's expected he will later be taken to New Hampshire to face charges, police said. Roof blown off Cog Railway display trains coach section. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize performance, increase strength, and give you the dependability you demand. We engineer our equipment precisely at every level. It's what makes us a leader. Now get financing as low as 0.99% APR.
Check this out right here. The winds were so strong in Twin Mountain yesterday, the roof was actually blown off the Cog Railway information booth. See it there on your screen there on the left? Thanks to Keith to sending this photo to our U-Local Facebook group. Yeah, very gusty out there.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Police pursuit begins in Massachusetts, ends in crash in Stratham. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
This season, Fairfield Kia is passing great savings on to you. Don't miss out on your chance to...
Just into our newsroom this morning, overnight a chase that started in Massachusetts ends in a crash on Route 101 in Stratham. State police say the suspect crashed on the ramp at exit 11 just before 1 o'clock this morning. Investigators say the suspect was driving a stolen vehicle. The driver was taken to the hospital as a precaution.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Papa Gino's abruptly closes 7 restaurants, including 1 in New Hampshire. Seabrook location has closed. Papa Gino officials announced Sunday the closure of 7 more restaurants across New England. The location in Seabrook was closed along with 6 others in Massachusetts. Restaurant officials said they don't anticipate any more closings. Officials said they will work with affected employees on transfers to other Papa Gino restaurants or with placement assistance for finding new jobs. The parent company of Papa Gino's and D'Angelo Grilled Sandwiches filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in November after dozens of locations were closed. The company was sold to a private equity investment firm in January. Papa Gino's is now part of a newly formed company, New England Athletic Eats, officials said. Papa Gino's has been open since 1961 and intends to be open for generations to come, officials said. Here's a look at that Facebook post. Take a look. This is what Papa Gino's wrote to their customers on Sunday. These are the affected locations. Gusty winds bring down power lines, cause outages. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
This season, Fairfield Kia is passing great savings on to you. Don't miss out on your chance to...
Amy, they've just removed a branch that was on the power line right over here off of Kendall Pond Road. You can see where that part of the tree came down. And Dairyfield Road, this section off of Kendall Pond Road, is closed because of the low-hanging wires. Just below that, you can see some of the debris from that tree, and now they have reopened Kendall Pond Road. Now, the strong wind continued throughout the morning. In Derry, the winds bringing down the pine tree on Kendall Pond Road, knocking out power to the neighborhood. Now, one woman said around 9:20, her house. When she looked out the window, she could see that tree was down and that the branch on the power line was burning. Now, while the number of outages is increasing, the state says they're expecting the problems to continue and all the outages may not have been reported.
So we expect, winds all day long, all night. So when people come home and they don't have power, they're going to end up calling their utility company. So we may see a spike in outages go up after people get home.
As you take a live look here at Kendall Pond Road again, Harper says that when you do get home, if you don't have power, make sure you call the utility to report it so that they have your address. One thing the utility companies and the state are stressing is that if you do see a down line, assume that it is live, do not go near it, and also bear in mind, because of these strong wind gusts, if they are over 30 miles an hour, they can't put up the bucket trucks, so the restoration efforts may take a little longer than normal. Reporting live in Derry, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market for this Monday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed flat. Oil closed in the red and went down. U.S. 10-year closed flat. Euro/USD closed flat. And VIX closed in the green and went up. Stocks rise after Trump pushes back March trade deal deadline. Stocks rose on Monday after President Donald Trump said he would delay placing additional tariffs on China goods. Equalities also got a boost from deal-making activity. Science teacher killed in Wisconsin pileup involving 131 vehicles. Let's take a listen to this video.
This season, Fairfield Kia is passing great savings on to you. Don't miss out on your chance to score.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.